Oh, thank you so much for joining us online today. We really appreciate it. And thanks to our in-studio guests from out of town. Thank you for being here from Massachusetts. You know him from his smash YouTube hits, California On, Going Deep, and the self-proclaimed worst show on the internet, Askkassem. Please welcome YouTube creator, star, and media mogul, Kassem G.
Media mogul, bro.
Why all the names?
I don't know. I checked you out online, did some research. That's what it said. The interweb said it. It must be true.
Having me. It is. I'm a mogul.
You are.
To 1,000%.
I feel that importance emanating from you. All right. She's a chef, unlike any other, preparing meals that will impress the in-laws and ease those dysfunctional family pizza nights. She's made the transition from internet celeb to TV star, and she's a Montreal Canadian, just like me. Please welcome the host of Bitchin Kitchen, the sassy and beautiful Nadia G. What is that noise? It's like some sort of animal.
It's a Canadian pigeon.
Good to know. They
Do
have
you
different
also
sounds.
dip that in gravy?
You could,
Like
a light saute.
Pidge tune.
And as always, my social media guru from chill.com, Mark Hoostebets.
This is perfect. You're getting that down. Thanks, Shira. You can be part of the discussion by joining the live chat on youtube.com/whatstrending or tweet us at what's trending.
It's a beautiful day. Thank you both for being here. We realized you both have the G's.
Yeah, but
You're rocking the G's at the end of your name.
how old are you? Because I might have had mine first.
You ever ask
Here's a question
woman
for you.
her
You can't
age?
just come out and do that.
Here's a question for you. Did you use G because no one can freaking pronounce your last name?
Yes, because
Exactly.
it's like 17
Yes.
consonants in a row.
Yeah, see, me, it's more vowels than consonants.
Okay.
So,
Oh,
Well,
I'm feeling a
pleasure to meet you.
connection.
yeah.
Yeah.
A
There is a
vowel
connection.
G connection.
Yeah.
So you get married. She doesn't need to take, change her last name. She
You
can
know, in
keep it.
fact, in Montreal, it's illegal to take your husband's last name. And on one hand, that makes sense because women never give their last name to their husband.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I have a really gorgeous knuckle ring.
Oh, yes, you do. Let's
I'm not pissing you off.
applaud to that. No,
cool.
You are rocking it. Nadia G, I've actually known Nadia for years, since you started your show on the web. It's amazing to see how much it's grown. So now you're moving on to the 3rd season on Cooking Channel.
3rd season on Cooking Channel, man. Time flies, that's for sure. But yeah, I mean, I started my show online. I started messing around doing comedy skits in 2001, pre-YouTube. And it's just been really amazing to transition to traditional media, specifically because of the jewelry and the shoes.
Oh, of course, and the stylist.
Traditional media.
Do you have a stylist?
No, not yet. But I'm looking at her jewelry, and I think I want to go to network TV if that's the type of bling I can cruise around with.
Yeah.
But it's still important to have that engagement and community on the web. I'm sure for you.
Absolutely, absolutely, and our web community is very near and dear to our heart. We entertain them every day on Facebook and Twitter. So yeah.
Lots of jewelry.
Jury.
And you also have a book.
Yeah.
She's going all mainstream on us.
Who's
Check
the
out
babe?
this fancy schmancy book.
Yeah, a pasta bustier and everything. There's tomatoes in the background. I mean, what more?
I'm
what
figuring
more
out
could
which
you ask
camera I
for?
should show it to.
You know?
Okay, there you go.
Cooking for Trouble.
And so this
ladies
is
and
this the
Ginos.
second book?
This is my second book, and the cool thing is I designed these all myself.
She does it all. She's an entrepreneur too, and media
Yeah.
mogul in her own right.
You must
Don't try to
wear
steal
many
that.
hats
Yeah.
to be relevant these days.
Many hats,
You wear many
absolutely.
hats.
And that's what's so cool about being NetGen is that you kind of have your fingers in everything. You've got to be that way, otherwise you won't succeed.
Definitely.
You've got to be able to do promotion, marketing, design, editing. I mean, or maybe you don't.
My fingers are in everything.
Do you smell them afterwards? Is the question.
No.
Okay.
Unless it's your delicious pie or brownies.
Shira.
All right, so
on, don't make it
Nadia,
that
just wait.
easy.
Lastly, I'm going to move on to Kassem in a second. For Mother's Day coming up, what can you recommend people since you are the chef extraordinaire, the savvy chef?
You know what? For mom, moms always love handmade stuff. And you could make chocolates really easily at home. Just scaff a bunch of chocolate chips in the microwave for 2 minutes and they'll melt. No worries about a double boil or anything like that. Crush some pretzels, peanuts, salted almonds, throw some Rice Krispies in there. Just mix it up, make little balls, pop them in the fridge, and there you have some homemade chocolate. Really easy, and mom will be grateful.
Or maybe even do it with your mom.
Yeah, you know, you could do it with your mom if you want.
Can I send these across the country if I made that? Can I mail chocolates to my mother?
I don't know. I'm thinking they might melt, but you can try, you know.
I'll see what I can do.
It's the thought that counts,
Exactly. Kassem,
Yes.
it's nice
Shira.
to see you here.
What?
Going deep.
Oh.
Let's talk about your awkward interview show. I know it competes
Okay.
a bit with, I know I interview people. You're trying to, you know, be an interviewer yourself.
I am not a journalist. I am not afraid to say I am not a journalist. I will.
You wear your glasses well, though.
Well, thank you.
But they're more graphic designer glasses, though.
What does that mean?
I'm just saying.
I am not a graphic designer, but I feel like I have a lot of the traits that graphic designers have, which is like awkward social graces, you know. And
Kassem,
yeah, I gotta.
What have porn stars taught you that you didn't maybe know before?
Well, me, I heard porn stars. What?
No,
Yeah.
well, he interviews
Whoa.
porn stars.
Sorry, I left the building for a second there.
Yeah. No, porn stars have taught me to, if you book a porn star, make sure that they know exactly where to be and what time, because they have a tough time making it to the interview sometimes. And if they do make it in, be prepared for like a lot of emotional like sadness.
Wow.
Yeah,
Didn't know it was that intense.
it's a comedy show. It's the best.
Oh man, it just struck. I actually came across your show where you interviewed
We're having
porn
instant
stars.
revelations live on this show.
You're the best.
Oh, thank you so much.
That's so
I'll have
sick. I
you on the
remember when
show
you put
soon.
the midget in the trash can.
If this doesn't
Whoa.
intrigue you to Kassem's content, I don't know what
Wait.
will. So, but also he's one of the brains behind Maker Studios, which
No brains, but I did co-found Maker Studios.
which is
Thank you.
incredible how much it's grown. It is legitimately like it's rebuilding the studio on YouTube, a place for artists by artists.
FUBU,
FUBU.
for us by us.
Oh, I like
Just
that.
without the baby blue like basketball shorts. You know what I mean? We started a company that we, you know, me and Lisa Nova and Shay Carl and some others started a company that we thought had an advantage and had a head start in the space, and it's grown, and we have over 300 employees, blah, 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 blah. But it all comes down to just like helping people become more prolific on the internet and helping them, give them the tools they need to make the videos, the Bitchin Kitchens and the what's trendings and the tube filters,
And get some of that YouTube money.
and get some of that YouTube cash.
I love it. So
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
trying to destroy Hollywood?
I am trying to, well, I'm trying to slowly burn it down, but I've kind of developed a fondness for traditional Hollywood.
because you're
They're
also
so adorable.
You're
They're-
even working with Robert De Niro now.
Yeah, we signed Robert De Niro to a YouTube. We signed Robert De Niro to a YouTube channel.
Times are changing.
Doesn't that sound ridiculous?
I love it.
Yeah. Let's
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here today, both of you, and
Thanks for having me.
congratulations for all of your
And my new girlfriend.
successes.
Aww.
Oh, love on the What's Trending set. Well, our first story today. Jennifer Garner, Julia Stiles, America Ferrera, and Dakota Fanning are just a few of the A-list talent involved with the new YouTube channel, WIGS. Take a look.
Quality scripted dramas that are written, directed, and performed by world-class talents.
We're telling stories of women in 5 to 8 minute installments, chapters, short movies.
Jan, Blue, Serena, Erica, Hannah, Celia, Dakota, Christine, Kendra, Rochelle, Audrey,
And many, many more.
Each name
So why are name actors turning to the web, you might ask? Well, according to BuzzFeed, to combat sexism in Hollywood.
No, that's not it.
All right, Kassem, what's your take?
Okay, I appreciate what's happening here with this WIGS channel.
Yeah.
Bringing talent and quality writing and content to YouTube is a plus. But however, when you say they're giving the finger to Hollywood, they are not. They are just one of the many people that were given money by YouTube to make a channel. So when I see them making a channel 3 years after I made my channel, I consider them late to the party. right? I've been there. And now they're just coming aboard and saying they're giving the FU. I'm sorry, you might have to blur that. They're giving the FU to Hollywood? No. I'm giving the FU to Hollywood.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
just taking YouTube's money and trying to pretend like they're cutting edge. I took a women in film class in college. It was great. It's fine.
You
I
appreciate
respect-
the
I do.
female.
Yeah, mainly because they played Body
sensibilities.
Heat 5 times, and I love that, all the nudity.
But is YouTube its own now Hollywood system, perhaps?
It's really interesting. You know,
Yeah.
I've been waiting for this day since early 2000, you know, where I said, oh man, wouldn't it be cool to have, you know, one's own TV station on the internet? And the fact that we're actually there right now is really, really exciting. That's what I have to say.
It's
on
good
the
that
matter.
they're in the space. Like it's great for everyone because that shows where everything is headed. You know, you're you're getting quality actors, quality writers,
Yeah.
quality directors to make content for YouTube, which we all knew was coming. And there's going to be a whole wave of these guys coming. It's just the beginning, I think.
Well, I mean, you are an Egyptian. You could say you're a minority.
Thank you, Shira. Yeah,
Well, does YouTube?
I'm a minority. Yes.
Are you a minority? Does YouTube give you a voice that you wouldn't otherwise have?
Totally. That's what I love about YouTube is it's given me a megaphone to like offend hundreds of thousands of millions of people at once, you know? So when I see traditional Hollywood people coming aboard, it's cool, but it's also like, yeah, I've been here for a while. It's just like, come on board, quit making a story. Like, this isn't press to me. Just make your content and I'll watch it if it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Content speaks for itself, really.
Content does speak for itself.
You'll be able to tell who is just like kind of taking YouTube's money and just, you know, spending it versus the people who really want to like create like passionate projects.
Yeah, Nadia, as a woman, what do you feel about a channel like this?
No, I think this is great. You know, I mean, it is true that women have been boxed into to certain roles and certain stereotypes in Hollywood and in TV in general. So it's pretty cool. But at the same time, I agree with this guy here. You know, we've been doing this for a while. The same with Bitchin Kitchen. Like, I started the show online in 2007 because people were like, man, crazy. Oops. There's no way that you can, you know, have that much comedy in a cooking show, that much cooking in a comedy show. There's no space for you anywhere. And I was like, screw that. I'll create my own space. And
It's
yeah.
the DIY revolution,
Yeah.
baby.
That's right. And check out these pipes.
That
Okay?
happened because
That's
of
the
YouTube.
DIY revolution right there.
You got me beat. I'm
You
not
see
gonna.
this?
I can't
You
even
don't
look
wanna
at
whip
it.
it out?
No, I don't want to look.
Okay.
So
Yes.
with WIGS, guys, I mean, BuzzFeed obviously jumped on the bandwagon that this is saying like women finally can now be themselves. They don't have to worry about being quote likable. That was one of the sort of euphemisms for like I'm young and hot. And they're saying with Jennifer Beals, she's 48, and it's cool to be 48 and a leading woman. However, on BuzzFeed, I was reading the same article. There was this call to action: 25 hottest women in wrestling. It was like the next article, and so
The internet is
Yeah.
the first place where you'll see thumbnails of boobs and they take advantage
just
of all that.
Jenna Marbles has been doing that. She's a prime example of a woman who had a voice and didn't care necessarily what people thought, and she made videos, and then she's blown up since, you know?
Yeah.
So it's not a new thing.
Yeah.
The internet has been a place for not just women, but anyone with a voice to make sure they're just being heard.
So what advice do you have for the people now who, you know, the more traditional space jumping in? How can they make it work?
Get out the game. We were here first. All right, just step off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It just seems like a lot of people don't know the landscape, and then they think they can just come in and grow formats organically when it's like a very, very tough thing to do. And I think people that have been in the space know that there is kind of like a learning curve that happens when you're trying to produce content on the internet. So I welcome it, because the more people that are on the internet, the more talented people you'll see, the more ad dollars will come in. It's just one of those rising tide lifts all boats cliches. That's all it means. It's good.
I've never heard that cliche before.
Yeah. Our tide is going to lift our boats.
Oh, I got it. Yeah,
Me
yeah.
and you are up here.
Yeah, but some waves are higher than other waves, though. So, like, what if you're more behind and the wave is bigger?
Yeah.
Listen,
Grab
the
a
tide
surfboard.
is not
Well, you
equal
know,
everywhere.
listen, we're all about it. What's Trending is an independent show. We take advantage of the fact that we can be everywhere online. We are passionate about the online community. The more people that come in, the better for all of us. But it is a learning curve, and it's about being around. I always say, like, the web is like Cheers. You can't just come in and expect people are going to pay for your drink.
Right.
You need to be friends with people. You need to get
Right.
to know people, and then of course they'll buy everyone shots.
Yeah, there was always that time when we were starting out and Maker Studios was kind of in its infancy, where you know, Hollywood, traditional Hollywood, had this very much like, what are they doing over there? We don't care. We'll just keep doing this thing over here. And then once YouTube's like, oh, look how much money we have, then they were like, oh, well, look at this. Let's start a WIGS channel. And then, you know, that's how I feel. I feel like take the time, learn the landscape, grow organically, and that's how you have success online.
Listen, there have been previous cases where big studios have started shows or channels online, and they don't always succeed. In fact, a lot of them have failed. Like I remember Stage 9 with Disney. That was around for what, 15 minutes? Sorry. But the fact of the matter is, it's true. It's not an easy landscape. You don't just wake up one day and say, hey, I'm gonna, you know, oh, my favorite is I'm gonna go viral. This is gonna go viral. Well, what's gonna go viral? Nothing's gonna go viral. Going viral is as common as getting hit by lightning twice with a squirrel humping your leg. If you get that on video, though, you may go viral.
I'm just imagining that right now. Well, WIGS, for short Jan, premieres May 14th and stars Caitlin Gerard and Academy Award nominee Virginia Madsen. Go check it out. Let us know what you think.